Hi, I'm Allison Meyer, and these are my friends Alexis Cruz
Oh no!
and Bailey Mount. And this is Bad Fanfiction Fridays, where we aim to bring you the good, the bad, and the ugly of fanfiction. Okay, so today we have crossover fix. Bailey, you don't sound too happy.
No, crossover fix. It's because once I wrote one, but
Oh no.
mostly it's because I think they can never really be well done.
Really?
No. I mean, I think you can try, but ultimately it feels weird. It feels forced to me.
Yeah?
Well, because all the characters, if you do it right, characters are three-dimensional, and if you have too many three-dimensional characters all vying for the attention of a reader in one story, it feels like a clusterfuck.
I mean, it probably will be at the end of it.
Yeah, this is a clusterfuck.
So let's explain what crossover fics are first. I mean, I think we kind of gone over what they are, but just to reiterate, Alexis.
I feel like it's hard to describe one. Like, the only way I could think of saying something is a crossover is literally the game Kingdom Hearts, because that is a crossover in its own sense. But, like, it's literally when you take two different universes and throw them together and somehow they meet, like, those characters within those separate settings meet and they interact with either one or the other setting or, like, a completely new one. So, like, when your favorite Fox shows or your favorite, like, NBC shows do crossover episodes.
Oh, yeah, like the sweet life of... What, Hannah Montana?
Oh, yeah, and, like, That's a Raven. Yeah, like, something like that.
Those were good times. Simpler times.
Better time.
So, who wants to go first today? Nobody?
I don't know.
I feel like
You have two, so shouldn't you?
I guess I can, if you want. Alright, well, the first one I have is called... What's it called? HP/Twilight Worlds Collide by Devil's Angels. Devils is spelled with an E, which is fun. Like D-E-V-E-L.
Oh,
okay.
Deville?
Devil's Angels. But yeah. So... This one, actually, it doesn't mention anything about Twilight in the tags because this is on AO3. It's just like / explicit language / sex, sexual content, angst, tragedy, bonding, crossover, drama, hurt, comfort, romance. And I'm not entirely sure if this isn't a My Immortal, like they were trying to copy My Immortal, but it kind of feels like it. But at the same time, it doesn't mention anything about My Immortal, so I don't know. But chapter 1 is called Page 1. Amazing. And Harry woke up nice and early as today. He along with Luno and Draco were starting a new school. The school was Forks High School, a muggle school. The reason Draco needed protecting from Voldemort, Luna was suffering from depression after Voldemort killed her boyfriend of 2 years. That was all one sentence.
Who was her boyfriend?
Was it Neville?
I'm going to assume so. Harry, on the other hand, need a break from a magic wood, and the pressure of being the boy how lived. Harry also had the responsibility looking now after his 3-year-old daughter Lilith. They were still doing Hogwarts schooling as Tonks and Lupin were staying with them to look after Lilith and teach them.
Tonks is dead.
Hey,
Wait for it.
They're not dead.
Wait for it. Today, Harry wore black jeans that hugged him in all the right places with changes, one green, the other blue, and a white, spelled W-I-G-H-T, belt. Black t-shirt with Linkin Park written across the front in red. Black custom-made customes with a blue lightning bolt on them with black laces. He then walked to his dressing table and grabbed a black spick wristband, which he placed on his wand arm along with his wand holder with his wand in it, and a red spick wristband on his non-wound arm.
What's a wand holder?
Like a sword sheath?
Like,
I guess so. It's like a gun holster?
gun holster? But like, they hid their wands in their pants.
I don't know.
I was so confused.
He then picked 2 necklaces up and pot them on. One was a green cross on a black piece of lever, which he tied around his neck. The other once belonged to his father, which was a silver change with a silver stage pendant on it, both which he wore all the time since his 17, excepted when he had a shower. He then took the glamours off of his piercings that he had done.
I mean,
Which were tongue, lip, and eyebrow for up his ear to down his ear, nose, and nipple. All the piercings in his ear he had changed to sleepers. And it goes on that for the entire chapter. And then it tells us what Luna wore.
Oh my god.
And then it tells us what Draco wore. And then the very last sentence is end of what they're all wearing. So that's just, they just want us to know what they're wearing. So that's fun. And then, author's note, woods collide. Tonks seed to Dorn. How was getting books from her locker. Tonks seed Dorn Lupin. And if been called back to London, some things come up. Can you take Lilith Shore Dorn? Took. I don't even think this is English anymore.
What is happening?
I don't
Is this
know.
a crack fic or is this a...
Seed tell Harry, we'll be back as soon as we can, and if Harry needs medical help. She took Dorn's mobile of the table and added Dr. Cullen's work number into the phone. First mention of someone from actually Twilight. And then, yeah. And then, I don't know what the word Dorn means in this context. I don't know what it means out of context either. But yeah. So, some other stuff happens, I assume. And then it's 3 chapter. And, let's see, then they give us a description of what the small child named Lilith is wearing. And then the vampire Rosalie shows up along with Edward, alias Rosalie, Emmett, Jasper. I guess they were playing...
Were they playing baseball?
They were in PE. They were
playing
running
baseball.
laps.
They're playing baseball.
The group walked to the car park together. They then went their sprat ways.
I feel like this isn't real, and if it is...
It doesn't say crackfit in the tags, though. It doesn't.
Well, neither did my
So we have to assume...
Neither did my immortal, and no one's sure if it was the world's greatest cosmic joke, or if they were completely serious.
I don't know anymore. I don't know.
What is life?
And here's the... And it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense! Yeah. So, that's fun. Hopefully yours, guys, makes more senses. I don't know what's words anymore.
You want me to go next?
And
Or do you want to do yours? Cause
I'll just get mine over with because
Okay.
mine's just... Okay, so this is part 1 of 2.
Blessed.
Should you tell them you have notes?
Okay, so first of all, this fic was so confusing and so bad that I had to write notes because I just didn't know what was happening. But anyways, this is part 1 of 2 on AO3 of a work called The Legend of Korra Meets the Divergent series.
Oh, no.
And that's literally what the crossover is. It's Legend of Korra and Divergent. But so far, out of like the 5-6 chapters I read out of 90, what I could see is that the only divergent thing about this is that they're in Chicago, which is, from what I know about the Divergent series, like it was the town was based off of Chicago, but they didn't explicitly state it was Chicago.
Really? Okay.
Well, I don't know. Did you read it?
I read the first 2 books, and by first 2 I mean I didn't even finish the second book. I got like 3/4 of the way through.
Well, yeah. Like I don't know much about the Divergent series. I watched the first movie in passing, but this whole in passing. This fic is in the point of view of a character named Christine, and I looked her up to see if she was a canon character, and the only canon character related to that name in the Divergent series is Christina. So I don't know if it's supposed to be Christina or like an original character, to be honest.
Sidebar, when you said Christine, the first thing that popped in my mind was Phantom of the Opera. Christine. Christine.
I just think of the Stephen King novel where a car comes to life and starts killing people.
Was the car named Christine?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, back to Alexis.
So yeah, like I don't know. So here's an example of the writing. I walk around Chicago and duck under cars or into bushes. Anything to try not to be caught by the Earth Empire soldiers. Who knows what will happen if they found me? I run down Michigan Avenue and turn left, diving into a nearby alley, just as Kuvira turns to walk down the same street. I look at my clothes. I'm wearing an old Earth Kingdom uniform, but if Kuvira caught me, well then that's the end of the line for me.
That's the end of the line for her.
That's just it, man.
I'm just like, she spelled ally as ally?
Oh.
And, yeah, and then I don't understand why there's like a random sentence saying what she's wearing.
Well, because we need to know what she's wearing.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, this is just the first chapter. She's just running from Kuvira, and she's freaking out. And then she ends up being caught by Kuvira.
Uh-oh.
And then this is Christine. Well, I start to say, but then I start to cry. Kuvira looks at her soldiers and nods. They let me go, take off the metal handcuffs, and walk away. Kuvira puts a hand on my shoulder. Come on, what is it? You can tell me. I won't hurt you. Where are your parents? I wipe my eyes, look at her, and say, well, I'm all alone. I don't have a family.
I'm an orphan.
I'm an orphan.
And
I hate orphans.
To which Kuvira replies, oh, well, how you come live with me? I can help you. Really? Are you sure? I ask. Of course, come on, she says with a small smile. Okay, I say calmly. Kuvira and I walk together towards her camp. And that's the end of the first chapter.
Hooray.
And the notes are, this is my first story ever.
Okay.
But I'm just like, this girl was freaking out about Kuvira catching her, and now she's okay with, like, going home with Kuvira?
Alright. What's the name of it?
The Legend of Korra meets the Divergent series.
That's the name of it?
That's the title
Wow.
of this whole series.
Worlds collide. I'm sorry, woods collide.
Yeah. But yeah, apparently, like, the rest of the chapters go as, like, the kid, Christine, really likes Kuvira now. Like, she hides behind her and she acts all cute with her. And then another character, Batar Jr., just hates Christine and all this weird bull crap. And then eventually, Kuvira takes it upon herself to train Christine to be a metal bender. And for some reason, like, after 2 days of training, or not even 2 days of training, like, let me backtrack. Kuvira wanted to train Christine, and she was just like, oh, you're pretty good. How about you be in my army? After, like, an hour of training, I'm assuming.
You want to join my army?
Yeah. And Christine's just like, okay, yeah, I'll be in your army. Fast forward 2 days, Kuvira gives her, like, a decent ranking, and she gives her, like, a fancy-ass uniform. And even Christine was just like, I've only been training for 2 days. And then Kuvira is just...
fake is self-aware.
Yeah, and Kuvira's just like, oh, I think you can do this because you're smart and driven. And I'm just like, has she done anything to show that?
The answer is no.
The answer is no. And then, like, by chapter 5, when I guess it's, like, the 3rd day of training, Christine starts laughing in the middle of the training. And then Kuvira's just like, what?
Death is funny.
And Christine is just like, oh, I never really needed training. I knew how to metal bend all along.
The real journey was the friends we made along the way.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Is this an elaborate scheme to hit on her?
I don't even know, but for some reason, like, the city Zhaofu, like the metal bending city, and Chicago are in the same universe, and it just sounds completely weird. They're like, oh yeah, like, this is Kuvira speaking, she's just like, oh yeah, I moved to Chicago so that we could expand the Earth Kingdom.
That sounds so wrong.
We had to go to Chicago.
Go to Chicago.
Yeah, I moved to Michigan so I could learn how to waterbend.
Yeah.
You know.
It doesn't sound right, but yeah, like, this is just 5 chapters in, and it's just so wild, and I don't know what exactly happens, but there are chapters.
Chicago. It's gonna be great.
I go to Chicago, but according to the chapter titles, there's an assassination at one point. They battle at Zhaofu. Christine dies, apparently.
What?
Well, there she
That's
goes.
the end of the story. Goodbye.
And then, like, I don't know how, but Korra comes into play, and then, like, it's Korra and Christine doing stuff.
Some stuff. Just some
things.
There's a platinum bender, apparently.
Platinum.
Yeah,
It's better than,
metal.
not just gold, it's platinum.
Oh, apparently Christine is the avatar According, to,
She's dead.
according to chapter 60 through 70.
What?
You just said she died.
Yeah, I thought she died, but
How
apparently
many
she came.
chapters are there?
There's 90.
Oh my god. Wait, how many words are there?
Oh god, I don't even
What's
want.
the word count?
I don't want to know. Words. Only 48.
What?
1,000? These are pretty short, though, I admit. The chapters are
Okay.
super short. But
I believe it.
it very much feels like cut and paste, and there's no detail or exposition, and I'm just like, what's happening? Somehow Christine dies but comes back to life, and somehow she's an avatar.
So it's like in the Matrix when Neo gets killed, when he comes back, he's the one.
Yeah. Yeah, she's the one.
She's the chosen.
I don't know what's up with Korra, but Korra's not the avatar, I guess.
Of course, just a person.
It's because she's not from Chicago.
No. The Avatar can only be born in Chicago.
Oh dear.
So yeah, that
Chicago.
it was a mess.
Mm.
Don't
I'm
do
just a woman in Chicago.
Chicago!
Chicago.
Yeah, don't.
Isn't that how the musical goes?
No.
No.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if Chicago's that fun of a place, y'all. Do you metal band up in there? Are there wars? Are you connected to a city called Jiaofu? Oh, God.
Is that like canonically, like within the Bender universe? Is that?
Yeah, like in Legend of Korra, there's a
Okay.
town called Jiaofu.
I've never watched Korra, so.
But like for some reason, Chicago's up in there.
Chicago.
Anyways, Bailey.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I decided to tackle a big one.
Oh.
I did a Super Hula crossover. Look-see. And Alexis and I were talking about this earlier, and you were here too. And we don't know how it came to be, how Super Hula came to be the it fandom. It's not now. Now it's made fun of. But
Well, yeah, because everyone looks back and they're like, well, there's still like
there's still
those
a
rogue
bunch
people
of
who are like, oh my gosh, Super Hula, yeah.
they're not rogue. There's a lot.
But like, I feel like it was just because they were at the same time just really popular fandoms, and everyone was fans of them at the same time. And they're like,
think
yes.
that's
so
what happened?
So what if
What
all
if
the
all
things
this
that I
happened?
like actually were the same things?
Well, I don't want to talk. I mean, I own Supernatural, Doctor Who, Sherlock T-shirts.
Like trash.
Like trash. Those were the before times. Like
The before times.
so, I looked this up because they still make them. Like the crossover fics are still alive and well.
bless.
And this one, they just went right for it. It's called Super Hulock at Hogwarts by
Of course.
Luna Farts.
Aw. Precious.
And it is the only category it has is angst. It's 9 chapters of angst.
Teenage angst.
And chapter 1 is sorting. The huge great hall was full of chattering the huge great hall.
Yeah, the huge great hall, man.
Damn it! Telling each other about their summer breaks and their adventures. The golden plates gleamed in the candlelight, and as Dean looked up at the stars on the enchanted ceiling, he thought, man, am I glad to be home. It had been a particularly bad summer with John, and Dean was glad his Sammy would finally be able to come to Hogwarts with him. It's not Wincest, I'm going to say it now.
Okay.
Oh, thank
Which, if
God.
you guys don't know what Wincest is, it's kind of in the name. It's a pairing of Sam and Dean Winchester, and they're brothers. And it's Wincest.
Incest.
It's Winchester incest. It's so bad. But yeah, so they're all at Hogwarts, but I guess all the characters were aged down, but it's just they never say that they're teenagers. So I was just sitting here imagining full-grown adult men being sorted into Hogwarts houses.
Deep voice Dean.
Deep voice Dean. Dean thought back to his first day at Hogwarts. He hadn't met Cass yet. Those were hard times without Cass. Lonely and so broken.
So sad.
So, obviously, he's with Cass. That's a thing. He has beautiful, hypnotizing green eyes.
Green eyes.
Green.
Green squared.
Gangrene.
Ew.
Oh.
Cass smiled, but sometimes he thought Dean talked about his brother, and this is in all caps. Way too much! Way too much! So they introduce a bunch of characters that I recognize without them having to say their names, which upsets me, because I still remember. There was a girl who had bright red hair clipped to the side, and she was with a timid-looking blonde boy. That's Amy Pond and Rory Williams.
Roy didn't have blonde hair, though.
Yeah, he did. He had, like, dirty blonde hair.
I thought it was
I
brown.
thought that was brown.
No, it's like a dirty blonde. It's not brown, I promise. You guys sit here argue with me about this. It's not.
brown.
I mean, like, I've only seen Doctor Who, like, once or twice in passing.
But they're there, and they get sorted into Gryffindor. And this is when I knew I was still trash, because it said a wonky-looking kid who could only be described as a giraffe was called. And he joined the Gryffindors. That's the 11th Doctor.
Oh.
Because there was a Tumblr meme for a while that he was a drunken giraffe.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I thought he was called, like, a raptor or something.
No.
I guess it is kind of dirty blonde. Or at least it looks like
Yeah.
in this photo. But the rest it looks like it's brown.
He's a dirty blonde! Oh, yeah. After John Smith, there were a couple kids who looked really nerdy, like Star Trek sci-fi, memorizing the periodic table, and pi to the 100th digit kind of nerdy.
Wow.
That's rude.
Yeah, and it turns out those are all the members of the Big Bang Theory.
Oh.
Because they're there and no one knows why, and they're best friends with Sam. And this thing has, like, all the cliches. It says, Dean noticed some scars on Sammy's wrists, but he didn't really want to have some chick flick moment with him, and who could he tell?
Oh my god.
Chick flick moment. Oh.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Dean refuses to share his emotions, but he cries a lot, and then he goes, no chick flick stuff, Sammy. Bro punch.
Hooray for toxic masculinity.
Yeah, so, Sam gets sorted into Gryffindor, of course.
Of course.
And he comes over, and Dean's like, guys, this is my brother and Sam, this is my boyfriend, Cass. And this is the first time Sam meets the boyfriend and also knows that Dean is gay.
Oh.
Sam froze, then made a face like, this all makes sense now, then smiled and said, that's cool, Dean. Dean unclenched his butt cheeks.
Yes!
Oh god.
Things never go like you expect them to.
Was it the nervous butt clench? I could relate.
It was the nervous butt
I
clench.
can relate.
And so then they introduce River Song, the 10th Doctor, and Rose, but it's not the 10th Doctor, it's the copy that was made at the end of that
that's sad.
Doomsday episode where Rose
Yeah.
disappears. Yeah. So, it's super weird, and then they start making out, and McGonagall is giving them dirty looks, but they don't care. And Rose seems to realize that the 11th Doctor is the Doctor, despite there being no way she'd ever be able to recognize him, but whatever. It's
That's
not
awkward.
It's not accurate, and they
Really?
they start singing.
What?
Let me see. How about Hogsmeade, Dean? At the same time that Dean said, how about Hogsmeade, Cass? Jinx, they said together. Jinx again, they said laughing, and then they started singing Love is an Open Door from Frozen.
What?
And they... Oh yeah, and Cass is an angel in this, canonically. For
Okay.
no reason.
I mean, the
What
real
does it
question
say?
is what are they all sorted into? What is the headcanons?
Cass and Dean are both Gryffindor.
They're all in Gryffindor,
I would
aren't
Yeah,
they?
they're pretty much all in Gryffindor.
That's stupid.
I don't see Cass in Gryffindor.
Everyone's in Gryffindor. Like, all the bad people are in Slytherin, because
Of
they mentioned,
course.
like,
Of course.
Moriarty and Crowley, and they're over in Slytherin. And I was
course.
like, yeah, okay, whatever.
I feel like Cass would have been in Hufflepuff or something.
I know! No, Cass is totally a Hufflepuff, and Sam might even be a Slytherin, just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way he acts, please. Nope, I'm not gonna get sucked back in again. I'm not.
Not gonna do it.
I'm not gonna do it. So Dean starts getting bullied, and he starts attacking people, and he gets called a slur
Oh.
because he's gay and it's not okay. And then he's just weeping, and they use instead of
Do they start
what's that?
singing again?
No, what's that one spell you do that muffles sound?
Silencio.
Was it? Thank you. No, they don't remember either because they call it muffalato.
Muffalato.
Like an
That sounds like
affogato?
food.
Muffalato.
Like an affogato or a gelato?
Yeah, because Dean's crying and
That's
Cass is like,
muffins.
no one should see my boyfriend cry, so he closes the curtains and he's like, muffalato.
Muffalato. That's beautiful.
Then, oh yeah, Sherlock and John are in this. They're both in...
Gryffindor.
No, they're in Ravenclaw.
Oh. Well.
Actually, John's a Hufflepuff.
Ah,
Sherlock's
okay.
in Ravenclaw.
Okay, that makes sense.
And Sherlock's like, oh, John, I'm not interested in anybody. And then John's like, oh. And was that disappointment Sherlock detected on John's face? They both looked away. But after a while, their eyes made their way back to each other's. And they were staring at each other so intently that it looked like they were staring into each other's souls. And then John did it. He did it. And he couldn't believe he did it. And why did he do it? But then Sherlock kissed him back and all was right in the universe.
Why did that sound like a baseball game?
That's chapter 5.
It does sound like a baseball game.
And it's a home run!
Is he going for it? Is he going for it? He went for it! He's stealing home plate!
That's how you do sports, right?
Yeah.
So, Snape gets upset about something, And,
Okay.
because Dean and Sam finally decide to have a chick flick moment because Sam's cutting again.
Ah.
And Dean goes, "It might be hard to clean your class seeing as you leave a trail of grease wherever you go." He says this to Snape.
Damn!
And the next line says, "Snape was so done."
He was so done.
He just left, his cloak fluttering fabulously behind him.
Fabulously.
They shut the door and put on "I Will Follow You Into the Dark" by Death Cab for Cutie. They just sat on their desks and talked. River did her Chekhov from Star Trek impression, and Rose laughed so hard she snorted, which only made her laugh harder. Then Landslide by Fleetwood Mac came on. This song reminded Dean of his mom. And, yeah. Yeah, there's really nothing. And then they full-on steal a quote from John Green, and they put in it, "This isn't my quote, this is by John Green."
Mm-hmm.
At least they sourced it.
Yeah, but it stopped. They haven't updated it in like 2 years, and it stops with all of them just playing Twister together and never actually studying at all. So it's just a bunch of characters thrown in everywhere together, and I don't know why the Big Bang Theory guys are there.
Twister, you say? The twist and shouts?
The twist and shout!
So,
Yeah.
So before we get into my last one, can we just agree that I feel like a lot of people mix up crossovers with AUs?
Yeah.
Because I was looking for stuff, and it was like, oh, we put this characters into this universe, but they call it a crossover, and I felt lied to.
It's mostly with the Harry Potter world, too.
Yeah.
At least from what I've seen.
Everybody likes sorting their characters into Harry Potter. That's
Yeah.
the thing. I love
There
it.
were so many
Like,
Harry
people-
Potter fics.
People do that with... Because when I was looking for a fic for today, there were a lot of K-pop ones, and that was really weird. But it was literally just them sorting K-pop groups into the houses, and then, like, them being in gay relationships with each other.
Of course.
Are we ever going to do the real life ones? Like, because we got those YouTube ones, because people
Oh.
ship Let's Players, and you got your K-pop celebrities. And
Yeah, there's K-pop ones
it's a
that are
hot
weird.
mess. And there's
Yeah.
a bunch of Chris Evans ones.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel so bad, because that's just not
Poor
okay.
people. Yeah, we can.
We need-
we need to talk about that. But first, I have this fic called Trainer Class Pokemon Breeder by
Ugh.
Uduni. Uduni? Uduni.
Denny.
Uduni.
Oh, hi, Denny.
Oh, hi. Oh, hi, Mark.
Why haven't we looked for room fan fictions?
Because that would be so unholy. But speaking of unholy, the first chapter is called Styles versus Pikachu. Basically,
Brian versus Pikachu!
Styles was kind of nervous. Of course, it was no surprise considering that this was his first day at the new job that Lydia blackmailed him into. Seriously, he wanted to be a ranger like his dad, but, well, things happened. And then, so like he's sweeping the floor. They're at a daycare, I guess, for Pokemon. Because he was a fucking Pokemon breeder now at Lydia's daycare that she just took over from her grandparents. His life sucked. And then, so she leads him into a back room, and then the floor is covered in a mattress almost from wall to wall. Shit. Alright, this is your assignment for today, she said, handing over a Pokeball. It was just an ordinary ball, red and shiny, but it still made Styles' stomach do a little flip. If all goes well, you have tomorrow off. Please be gone by the time I open, blah, 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 blah. And then she leaves. Shit. Styles closed his eyes and took a deep breath. He carefully put the ball down and then undressed. Yeah. It's one of those. And I really don't want to get into the rest, but, he has sex with Pikachu.
Oh! I thought it was versus. I thought he was gonna fight it. Like,
I was really hoping that, but in the tags, additional tags, bestiality, xenophilia, nodding, erotic electrostimulation.
well, I'm assuming it's from Pikachu.
Yeah, crossover, fisting, off of position, reverse off of position, large insertion. Those are the tags.
Styles, no. Styles.
And then so Styles at the end, he gives birth to a Pokemon egg.
Oh,
No.
This is like a combination of all the fics we've covered.
Like, but they don't even like really say. They just say that Styles got up gingerly. His paralysis had faded away. He could feel something shifting in his belly as he moved making his you-know-what twitch. He is feeling too sensitive for multiple reasons. Fuck, so it was true. The owner of that Pikachu was going to be very happy to know that they found an egg in the Pokemon daycare.
I'm scarred.
And then, let's see, he also has sex with a Growlithe. And what else? It says, a Growlithe. And then, it doesn't say for chapter 3. What happened to chapter 3? I wonder. Because after I read the first chapter, I was scarred. And I was just like, nah, fam. No more. No more for me. And then, yeah. Okay. I think he has sex with Scott. Or maybe Scott helps him have sex with another Pokemon. With an Execute? I don't know how to say that.
Executor? Or execute?
Execute. Yeah.
It's just eggs!
Yeah.
They're just eggs.
Almost there, Styles. Just one more push, okay?
Oh, does he just shove the eggs up his...
I think so.
Oh, those poor things.
Yeah. Let's see what else comes up in this fic. So yeah, they stick it up his butthole.
You would think that people would be creative and use like the humanoid-looking Pokemon at least, but no.
I'm just thinking about that.
Machamp.
No, the one that you showed me.
Oh, the Hypno one.
The one with Hypno! Don't go into the forest, kids!
Kill it!
Don't go into the forest. If you go in... What Pokemon game was it? I think it's Pokemon Diamond. If you go into Pokemon Diamond, you walk into the forest and you see a little girl, stay away from her. You can't help her.
Pokemon Sun and Moon just like took those Pokemon descriptions to the next level too, because they're
I never played.
They're terrifying, man.
That is, that's scary. But yeah, that's all I have for today. So now that you have that lovely thought in your head, I guess next week we're doing real life people instead of whatever this was.
And I found a really good room fanfiction just now. So I'll share it.
You want to share that next time, or?
I don't know. I'll share it whenever you want me to, Al, because
Special episode.
10 out of 10. Special episode. Oh, hi, guys.
Thank you for listening to Bad Fan Fiction Fridays. To listen to more episodes, check us out on iTunes or any of your favorite podcast apps. As the title says, this podcast updates every Friday during the semester. Our multimedia manager is Allison Meyer. Music in this episode is from the YouTube audio library. This has been a Union Weekly production. Please follow us on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Union Weekly.